So now first we'll go to discuss regarding the sensors. Then I'll move for the actuators here. Okay. So they are given some points here to understand what is sensor and what is actuators here. So first, before going to deep in the sensor actuators, so they are given a point here. This is very meaningful for the embedded systems here. So embedded systems is a constant interaction in the real world. So these systems nowadays we are using to interact with the real world here. Real world means, say for example, so all of you know satellites. So in satellites also nowadays we are using the embedded systems here. Nothing but the satellites are continuously have the contact with the our real world here. So that is nothing but as these systems are is in constant interaction with the real world here. And your mobile also, your mobile has so many sensors. So by that only we understand that how much temperature today we have in our city and when we have the rain. So that is how, because of the sensors only. The sensor capture the condition of the outer world, and depend upon that only we can expect when is the rain and when is the, like we have the normal weather here. Okay. So that is regarding basics regarding what why we are going for embedded systems only here. And next point is the controlling and the monitoring is very easy using the embedded systems here. That is the main thing. That's why we are moving for the embedded systems here, because we can easily control and we can easily monitor the data. So already we seen these two data things in the first topic only. Like monitor means I took an example of the pulse oximeter here. There we can see our blood pressure, oxygen level, and our heart pulse also. That is called as a monitoring here. Like this, we have the different very useful information regarding the embedded systems here. And meanwhile, so they are given the sensors connected to the input port of the embedded system. Why sensors only? Because so these sensors are capture the changes from the environment here. So these are capture means these are receive the data whatever happening in our surrounding here. That is done by the sensor. That's why the sensors are used at the input end only. And the actuators are connected to output port, because these just give only the result here. That's why they are set at the output end here. Okay. So this is regarding a brief idea why we use the sensors at the input port and why to use the actuators at the output port here. So first we'll see regarding sensors here. Okay. Yeah. First sensor. Okay. So what is sensor means? First understand sensor is a input device. It's a very simple meaning. Sensor is used as an input device here. So these devices which converts the energy from one form to another form, that is called as a sensor here. Sensor is a device which converts the energy from one form to another form. Say for example, suppose some like someone pinch you, that is nothing but as they are doing some operation on you. So this sense is sent to your brain. So depend upon that action only, you do the reverse action here. That is nothing but as depend upon the input data, we do our output action here. So we can hit them or we can say don't do that. That is how, because first we receive the data. How? Because from this sensor. Sensor means the skin also a type of sensor only. The same way these devices which converts the energy from one form to another form for any measurement or the control purpose. So these are mainly used for the doing some operations. It may be like to measuring or to controlling. How controlling? I just give example. So nowadays we are using ACs in our homes. So depend upon the room temperature, the like temperature become high and low. How it controls our room temperature. If you set it as 22, so room temperature become 22 only. How? Because it controls the surrounding environment here. That is like we can control the room temperature using the sensors here, and sensor act as a input device here. Next, so they're given some example. So they given an example of the your nowadays we have these shoes in available in market also. So there is a sensor which is placed in the shoes. So depend upon how much you travel, that traveling distance, your shoe cushion will be increased here. Suppose if you're traveling lot, your cushion will be kept as it is only. Nothing. So they're given here Hall effect sensor which measure the distance between the cushion and magnet in the smart running shoes from the Adidas here. So there is a company, I think all of you know this company. This is widely used for the sports clothing and the sports shoes. So they have a sensor in their shoes. So this is in that what they have. So they have the magnet and they have the cushion. Suppose if you like traveling lot or if you're running lot means you need some comfort for your shoes. So that is nothing but as they are giving a cushion to your palms. That is because of this sensor only. So sensor just count that how much you are traveling or how much you done a like racing. So depend upon that, it provides you the that much level of cushioning here. That is the best example for the sensors here. Like in market, we have the different type of sensors for the different users. Like we have the IR sensor. So this sensor we use in our smartphones. This humidity sensor means this is used in the fields. Fields means in the to check how much humidity we have in the field. Field means like we can take example of to crop yielding. We use the this sensor here. Then we have ultrasonic sensor, then smoke sensor. So this sensor is used in the malls or in the any big theaters also. Suppose if you get any smoke in that area, it gives an alarm here. That is nothing but as smoke sensor here. So this is regarding all the inputs devices. Always they prefer to use the sensors only because the sensor which converts the energy from one form to another form. Okay, so this is regarding the sensors. Next we'll discuss. So these are they give some examples here. So this is the soil moisture sensor module here. So soil moisture means depend upon this content, we can see that how much water level in our fields we have. That is in our land. That is nothing but the soil moisture sensor here. And this is ultrasonic sensor. This is used for the sound purpose. And this is IR sensor, that is called as a infrared sensor here. This is used in the walkie-talkie or in the smartphones also. So these are different type of sensors we can get in our market also. And nowadays, I think all of you know the IoT devices. So all the IoT devices are have the any one sensor in there. Nothing but the IoT devices are mainly work on the sensors on the here. Next, actuators. So actuators is nothing but it is a form of a device. It will be like mechanical or with the electrical. So the actuators are maybe the mechanical device, maybe the electrical device. So which converts signals into corresponding physical action or any motion here. So as I told you, suppose someone pinch you, that is nothing but as your input. So depend upon this input, your mind do some operations or some activity here. So depend upon that activity, your hand or you say something to the opposite person. How means it converts the signal from the mind to corresponding physical action. Physical action means you may push back that person or you may hit that person. That means nothing but you do some actions. How means depend upon the your input signal. Nothing but the signal which is already processed by your mind here. Best they're given some example here. Some micromotor actuators which adjust the cushioning element in the smart running shoes. So along with that sensors, they use one more device in the shoes that is called as a micromotor actuator. So the use of this one is they adjust the position of your cushioning depend upon your travel distance here. Suppose if you're traveling around 5 kilometers, so you need the more cushion. So depend upon that, it gives the cushion level here, less level or medium and the high level here. So that is called as a micromotor actuator, which adjusts the position of the cushioning element in the smart running shoes from the Adidas here. Okay. So like this, they are given a simple idea what is sensor, what is actuators here. And along with this, they are given IO subsystem. So, okay. Regarding this topic, we'll discuss in next class. So now we'll see. I think we'll have two topics in about one is ASIC, one more is the PLD here. Okay. So first we'll see the ASIC, that is application specific integrated circuit. It is called as a ASIC. So why it is called ASIC means it is application specific here. Nothing but so these are meant to the specific applications only. That is not used for the other applications. So already when we have the predefined application or already we have the pre-planned applications, then for that particular application only these circuits are prepared here. That's what is called as a application specific integrated circuit. It is called normally called as a ASIC here. So in this we use the microchip designed to perform the specific or the unique application. As I told you, if you have the pre-applications or pre-planned applications, then there we use a microchip to design these ASIC circuits so they perform a specific or the unique applications here. And it is used as a replacement for the conventional general purpose logic chips, because in general we can do multiple options or multiple operations. So if you don't want to do the multiple operation, then you can replace those circuits by using the ASIC. Okay, this is only one thing. Why you are going for ASIC means you can do only one task, then you can go for the ASIC here. Second point they are given, ASIC integrates several functions into a single chip here. Nothing but on only one chip also we can build the ASIC here, or we can build this circuit. Why we do this? Because it reduces the development cost. If you use only one chip, so we can spend less money to develop these circuits here. That's why in this what we do, we integrate. Integrate means we combine all together on the single chip here. Thereby we can reduce the system development cost here. And next point is the ASIC consumes very less power and a very small area here. We can fix these device in your machines with a very small area also, because these are built on the single chip here. We don't need the much space, we need only the less space, and also it takes less memory to work it. And how these build means, that is called as a fabrication here. So fabrication of ASIC requires non-refundable initial investment. Nothing but here once we done the ASIC, we are not going to repair it. Once we use, Suppose it get damaged, we have to replace with the new one only. There is no any replacement or there is no any mechanical, we can do something servicing that is not possible in the ASIC here. Once ASIC is damaged, you have to replace with the other only. There is no any repairing in this. That is called as a non-refundable initial investment here. Nothing but we can don't do the same thing, we can reuse in our next one. That is only use only once only. So they are given some examples here how the ASIC looks. So this is a ASIC IC. It is fixed on the some motherboard here, or you can say some device here. That is called as a ASIC. So in ASIC, we have the different type of again components here. So we have the input output circuit, we have the analog and the digitals. Nothing but this ASIC can accept the both signals. They can accept the analog signal also, it accept the digital signal also. And along with this, we have the double EEPROM. Nothing but we can erase the data on this very, that is called as a electronically erasable PROM here. So these are the main four components we can keep it on the ASIC here. Nothing but by using all these only, we can easily build the ASIC circuits here or application specific integrated circuits here. So why we are using both? You can ask a question that because we don't know, we get which type of input here. Sometimes we get the input in terms of analog, sometimes input in terms of digital. So to handle the both the ways of input, so we are having the both on it. That is, we have the analog also and we have the digital also. And IO circuit means input output circuit here. Already we know what is IO circuit, nothing but input device and the output device here. So that is regarding the what is ASIC. ASIC means application specific. Just remember only 4 points for this. The first point is it is a microchip design perform a specific application. Why we use? Because to replace the general purpose chip, we are using the ASIC here. And the second one, all the functions are integrated on the one chip because to reduce the development cost here. And the third one is these single chip ASIC consume very small area and the less space also, or you can say less power also. And next is once we prepared the ASIC, suppose the ASIC is get damaged or that circuit get damaged, we are not used for the future here. We have to replace with the new one only. And next one is it has normally four component in this. One is analog, digital, memory device, and the IO circuits. So by combining all these, it is called as a one ASIC circuit. Okay, so this is regarding the ASIC circuit, and tomorrow we'll see what are the PLDs, that is called as a programmable logic devices here.